Looks like we're... Oh, there we go. Whoa.
This was her a minute ago. Hey, Louie Gohmert.
Go fuck yourself.
You think we only rip on Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene? Here's another member of the G unit. I just interrupted you.
No, you're good. I wasn't going to say anything important.
Your name not important?
I wasn't going to say my name. I was just say, hey, welcome back to Nothing Yet Live.
Okay.
Louie Gohmert, look, seen here reaching out for the cock that the NRA has put in his hand. I don't know if they can see it through. Oh, no, they can.
Well, you know what? Actually, it's a really tiny one.
He's reaching for his...
It's actually right there. You just can't see it. It's like, well, it's smaller than mine.
Hey, you know what? I agree, Louie Gohmert.
Outro.
No, I'm sorry, Louie Gohmert.
You gotta have time to masturbate.
Yeah, it looks
you
like
gotta have
that's
time to
what
masturbate the NRA.
He is flinging that hand. Yeah. All right. So you ready to do some Louie Gohmert action?
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh no, I don't think so. Let's see. Is that right? Let's find out.
They want to suck you in with a hot chick.
I know. Yeah. Look at this. Yeah. He could never get her.
Oh God, is this eHarmony or some shit?
Possibly. Oh no, this is this. Okay, so I skipped forward. Watch me fail in real time.
Yeah,
everybody.
Don't even tease that because that needs its own intro.
All right. Well, Louie Gohmert, noted member of the G unit, is about to get straight up tarded in this place.
Well, it's a little scary. Just stop it for a second. I just want to say it's a little frightening because he's leaving Congress. He's not running for re-election, which, I thought was really good news. Well, but he's running for Attorney General of Texas.
Well, that'll be great. Him and Greg Abbott can get together and stand up for something.
He's going to be the legs of the operation. God knows he can't be the brains. Especially after this. Go ahead.
Greg Abbott, there's got to be somebody behind the throne, right?
The throne that you're perpetually in.
Gentleman's recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's been difficult.
I'm no gentleman. First of all, I don't even know where he's from, but I don't care. I'm pissed.
In debate last week and even today, to be told that we have no courage, that Democrats, we were told in debate last week,
didn't say Democrat.
Don't want to hear any more about social media, violent video games, Hollywood, mental illness, and they sure don't want to hear any more about prayers. They're disgusted hearing about prayers.
Dude, last time I checked, prayers don't kill people. People with guns kill people, right? I mean, whatever.
Well, no, I think what he's saying is that lack of prayers kills people.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have never thought of that because I'm a rational human being.
Speaking
of rational numbers,
it is every bit as logical to think that prayers would cause mass shootings as it is to think they would prevent them.
Look, most of us libs, we're out here, we're trying to pray you to death. Can we pray them to death? Can we out-pray them? I think God would listen. Is God there with like a fucking meter? Like, is that an applause meter for like God? So if more people want to flush babies down the toilet, then and they're praying to be able to flush babies down the toilet. And you got to pray to have a good guy with a gun, and prayers out of school.
Don't want to hear
Betty
any more
Bowers
about fatherlessness, drug use.
I know. Well, I don't have a fucking engineer. We're not as cool as she
this country instead of taking God's name in vain. We wouldn't have the mass killing.
Well, God fucking damn it. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus, I bet a fucking mass shooting happens here in this neighborhood tomorrow. Because I just said all those words.
Well, one happened in Maryland today. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Godless heathens that they are. Where's Maryland again?
Somewhere. It's technically
just out there somewhere.
Yeah. It's just.
Is it even technically a state? I don't know.
Who cares?
Maryland. Well, you can go to hell. I don't really care about you.
Like we didn't have
because
prayer was eliminated from school. And it's not like we're not willing to consider the best way to stop mass shootings But if you look at the plans being proposed in these bills,
okay,
all they want you to do is take away the guns. They figure, look, their backwards logic of getting rid of the guns to prevent people from shooting people. That's just ass backwards. Unit.
If you take away the guns, more mass shootings will happen.
Makes perfect fucking sense to me. I did the math. Is that a rational number?
I don't know. What is
3x plus 1 guns equals no more mass shootings, right?
How about
I was informed too that that's an incomplete equation. How
about 2 guns minus 2 guns equals 0 guns equals no shootings? That's all I need to know.
It seems like too much math.
But let me just point out that the bill that he's referring to, which I would give very high odds, I would bet probably the everything I've put into my mortgage, that he has not read the bill.
Time with that train reach Chicago. What the fucking
I think he has a handful of talking points that his staffers wrote for him, and he has not read the bill.
Dude, how does he have staffers? Are they just his imaginary friends? He doesn't have staffers, man. He doesn't have staffers. He has just little.
Unlike Madison Cawthorn, who
make me a copy of this.
Staffers.
Make me a copy of this. Sir, but it's a blank page. Yeah, and then when you're done making a copy of it, shred it twice.
We don't have enough paper, so I need you to make some more blank paper with the copy machine.
I'm going to need you to pulp up those shredded materials.
You can find these things in cities controlled by Democrats. If you look at...
Well, really, you're not saying out of the 54 or 250 or whatever, insert fucking 3x plus 1 amount of shootings that have happened in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, that they haven't happened in all the same city? Wow, I'm shocked. What is your evidence, Mr. Gohmert?
Well,
16 cities that were hit with record homicide
Stop
rates.
It for a second. Philadelphia did have 2 shootings, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Go on.
Well, it's a big state. One of the biggest,
city. It's a big city.
Oh, Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. I get them confused because I really don't care.
Philadelphia is a city in Pennsylvania.
Cool. It might as well all be Philly to me.
Okay, go ahead. They all got the monkeys.
No. I mean, look, just like everybody in California represents a neoliberalistic policy. Right. I'm just assuming that
hippie, communist, pot smoking.
I'm just
baby killer.
So I'm just assuming everybody in Philadelphia represents everybody in Pennsylvania. I'm just going to assume that because California, it's huge. Also, the state is big.
Can't hear him.
You look at the 16 cities that were hit with record homicide rates. They all had Democrats at the top controlling things.
And you know what they else had in common? Guns, son. Lots of guns.
If you look at Philadelphia, 524 murders last year.
Murdered.
Austin, Texas had a record 88. Indianapolis, 258.
Stop it. Okay, I'm going to do the thing that you were making fun of me for not doing. I'm not going to read an article. I'm going to tell you what I learned from an article. I'm going to paraphrase and not waste your time. And let's see if he is still going to be a dick.
Yes, go for it.
This is called the dick neutralizer right here.
Have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
Philadelphia would love to change their gun laws. They would love to fix things. So what happened a couple of weeks ago in 2 places in Philadelphia would not happen. However, there is a law in Pennsylvania that says cities in Pennsylvania are not allowed to make stricter gun laws than the entire state of Pennsylvania. So if you want to complain about what happened in Philadelphia. What you really need to do is complain about what's happening in Pennsylvania. And you know what? Honestly, if you really want to complain about what's happening in Pennsylvania, maybe you need to complain about what fucking douchebags like this are doing to the country.
You're talking about a societal problem, but you're doing what you're best at. Watch how Louie Gohmert breaks it down to where he finally comes to where he's like, this one woman, this one time had this one thing happen.
It's not even something that happened. It's a what if. It was a what if.
Look, I know you're against abortion, but you should abort that idea, bro, because it's not a good way to go. This idea that all these cities that he's about to mention and talk about, they all have one thing in problem. They all have one thing.
Guns. I'm a right hater. Guns. More guns. More guns. Raining guns. It's guns.
And teenagers are allowed to buy them, by the way.
Columbus, Ohio, 179. Jackson, Mississippi, 129.
Singling out.
Atlanta, Georgia, 150. If you look at the speaker's own states, as this article by A.R. Hawkins said this week.
By the way, AR, I would change your name, bro.
Yeah, just make your last name 15.
Just 15 Hawkins.
An FBI report on active shooter incidents in 2021 shows California was the #1 state for such incidents.
By the way, California, we are #1 in everything, son.
We are #1 in you're talking about numbers, population.
Talking about money, son.
That doesn't matter. We're talking about
we're #1 in everything. We got the coolest surfers,
but
we have the most money.
With regard to the number of shootings, maybe that's true. I haven't looked up that statistic. I was busy learning about Philadelphia, but we've got 39 million people in California. I believe there are,
I don't know, 8 people in his mind and 37.
Well, let's talk about Texas for a second. Texas is much bigger. It's the second biggest state in the union. It's bigger than California. They have roughly, this is probably an overestimate, 30 million people.
And how many of those are asshole gun owners? I don't know. Let's break it down, because 30% of statistics don't matter. 60% of the time, my brain works every time. Louie Gohmert, I forgot which state he was from. But while we're at it, Louie Gohmert, we're going to make it rain on your happy ass. Like, we're going to make it rain, because over here in this #1 state, #1 for gun violence, #1, whatever, dude. I'll be #1 in everything if you want. #1 in education, #1 in whatever, dude. But your state doesn't even come close, and I don't even know what state it is. But I guarantee you, it's not in the.
And I guarantee
in the bottom
that
10.
Whatever state you live in, you are giving fewer taxpayer dollars to the federal government than California. In California, it's 80 cents for every dollar in goods and services. We are dragging your ass around. I guarantee it.
Right. And in the end, really, you're just pissed off because we want to make laws to take away your gun rights because you're a docile, old, decrepit fossil. And what are you going to do, man? I can't wait for your kids to put you in a home. You're a moron. Quit. Thank you. Have a nice day. One less of the G unit. I'm going to have to change.
It's going to be good unit.
Dude, you are Gohmert. You're guilty of so many things. And I'm glad you're going. Like, I really don't know what else to say. But you're just, I don't know what you're clinging on to. Just go away, man. Like, no one likes you. By the way, now I'm about to attack the way you look. You look like shit. You sound like shit. Just your cadence and the way that you speak is unacceptable to the norms, right? And we don't like listening to you. So I'm happy that you're shutting the fuck up and moving on. What will hopefully be the rest of your very, very short life.
He's running for attorney general. So I think.
Well, hopefully it'll stress him so much.
And his head will explode like Alex Jones. Okay. So go to the end where he really goes off.
Due process is just like the January 6th committee It's not due
No,
process.
I want to go to where he
People
took.
that are okay with late-term abortions and
there we go.
ripping the arm have a weapon. These are not the ways to fix things. And for people that are okay with late-term abortions and ripping the arms and legs off of children that feel the pain and then crushing the skulls, it's decent.
Look, bro, I saw that video in health class about how abortions take place. Fucking doesn't happen, dude. That's propaganda. Mr. Bowman, in particular, tried to push this idea that this is what happened. That you could see, like, they would go in there and the little fetus would like kick at it, and then they would use a vacuum to just shock vac it out. Man, that shit is so propaganda. It's not how it works.
I'll tell you how it works.
You're talking about this. You're talking about
no, not always. Okay, let me play the devil's advocate here. There are situations where if a woman is less than 22 weeks pregnant and she finds out that her fetus has a very bad genetic or anatomic condition that is incompatible with life.
My mom had an amnio every time to make sure that, like, she wasn't going to give birth to a person that she was literally going to have to take care of for the rest of her life.
Forget having to take care of for the rest of their life.
Hey,
not a child who dies drowning in their own lungs. Okay. A child who can't feed themselves, they have to feed through a tube before they drown in their own lungs.
We need to make more viable babies that get shot in the face.
Right.
That's how real Americans
But
go
let
out.
me tell you what happens, because I asked. There was, in my pregnancy, there was a suspicion that my child had one of these conditions. And I called my doctor and I said, okay, if I have to terminate this pregnancy, how will that go? What is going to happen? I know we're going a little over, but not that much. She said they would inject the fetus with something that would stop their heart instantly. And then you would they would induce an abortion and you would give birth.
Partial birth abortion. You know what? I honestly
don't. But the baby doesn't feel anything. The baby, they give them a lethal dose of a mineral that stops their heart.
Look,
this is horrible. I'm sorry, but
yeah, way to bring it up.
It's
fine.
This is what actually happens.
It takes me back to when my dad was just like, look, you know, it was like, you just can't tell a woman that she can or can't do with her body. And despite what you think, like, we're sitting here going like, can you please stop like producing millions of guns that are killing these viable fetuses that are in the 40th trimester, right? That's no fucking problem. But you're going to tell Miss Parker what she can't do with her. I mean, in the end, like, I get it. I don't get it. I don't understand this, because we value life, because we don't believe in God. There is no God. We don't believe in God. We know that this is the one shot that we got at it, Gohmert, right? Not all, like, come on, dude. The reason why you're so panicky and freaked out is because you're getting old and you don't believe in God. You know he doesn't exist. You know he's not real. But you need to keep your idiots in check. I get it. But I would argue that the people that don't believe in God, who realize that nothing happens after death, we place far more value on life than you ever will.
To me, life is God.
Because to you,
my life or your life is God.
To you, death is sitting with Jesus as a fetus. Like, dude, what, you just Jesus with like billions of babies piled on top of him and martyrs and all kinds of dude, I ain't got time for that, even if he did exist. Dude, God left this world a long time ago, and you need to go with him. Please. Please, if heaven is so great, go there. Go there. Please go there.
Yeah, if you believe in it, I would imagine you would be much more of in a rush to get there.
Gohmert, you're not going to heaven, bro.
No. Well, I mean, of course not, but he's not going anywhere. But if he is going somewhere,
we prayed the other night. We prayed together, and Gohmert, God said no.
God said, you're going to need to talk to the cloven foot one about that.
Look, you're talking about the muckrakers putting out shit about Madison Cawthorn to get his congressional career ruined. I'm telling you, God did that. God did it.
That was God's decision.
Because he was perpetrating some gay activity. So God struck his political career down in its prime.
Actually, I think it was the punching the tree thing. God doesn't like his creations being beaten up by, I'm not going to say the word, but anyway. Now we're way over.
All right.
Okay. So coming up next, I've already debunked Louie Gohmert. So the next segment will be all Betty Bowers.
A little fun show, and then we'll do Florida Man.
That's the really fun show. All right. So we're looking forward to
watch her
Betty Bowers in the next fuck you, man.
I am the J Tyler.
I'm the one that's gonna beat the shit out of this guy in about
don't pee on me.
15 minutes.
This
is Nothing Yet Live. You like it when I'm feisty?